Finalmente, nos tem o honor de mostrar um clipe de dia orador mais fascinante da conferência. Senhora Jean Houston conta-nos que Aruba tauta de 108 países que ela chega de visitar. Uma senhora que atrai cerca de Bill e Hillary Clinton e que cuida o famoso antropólogo Margaret Mead em seu último ano de vida.
The biggest shift in human history is right now, it's not just climate change or finances, it's the rise of women to full partnership with men in the whole domain of human affairs. The biggest shift in human history. Because with women, the emphasis is on process rather than on product. It's on making things cohere and grow and develop. It's on relationship. It's on the depths of our own inner space being equal to outer space. We are at the great cusp of history. I realize other times thought they were it. They are wrong. This is it. And what we do, especially as women, with men, and bringing them along, because as women rise, it's going to release men to be what they can be. So it isn't just a matriarchy or a patriarchy. It is suddenly a level of partnership, as Crystal said so wisely, that 6,000 years ago began to go under. But maybe it had to. Maybe we needed a sufficiency of population, which by God we've got now, to be able to partner the world in the fullness of what we are capable of doing. So here we are, in the strangest time in human history, whereas what we make a difference is going to make the difference. And it is up to women. And the Dalai Lama was quite right when he said, it is up to women. So this immense potential is about to emerge. And I'm going to talk to you something about what this potential is, and I'm also going to give you a few exercises to explore what you have in yourself that may be very surprising, the genius that you all contain. Now, the first woman of genius that I ever met was when I was 15 years old, and her name was Eleanor Roosevelt. Now, she was, the first lady and had been married to the great President Franklin B. Roosevelt. Actually, I had met her at 3 because my father was a joke writer. My father was a comedy writer. He wrote the joke, "Who's on first?" Do any of you know that story? Though I think it was he and 2 Jewish guys when you look at the nature of the joke. But anyway, so I had met her when I was 3. But when I was 15, 16, I was president of my high school, 5,000 girls. And Mrs. Roosevelt was gathering all of us young high school presidents to get us interested in the United Nations and in international work. And she was something. She took us all very often to this work. And sometimes we'll wonder if it was ever worth the effort. But we said, Mrs. Roosevelt, we don't want to work in a field where we're not going to be appreciated. She said, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. And then she'd add, when will our consciences grow so tender that we will act to prevent human misery rather than to avenge it? And one day she turned to me and she said, now I'm going to actually, I come out of a theater background, so you'll see me imitating a lot of people. So she said in her remarkable voice, she said, my dear, I rather suspect you're going to have a most interesting career. But remember, my dear, that as a woman you can expect to be trashed. Now, she didn't use the word trash, but it was something like that. And then she said to me, but remember too, my dear, that a woman is just like a tea bag. You put her